Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Raghavendra and in this video we will be using Apache POI to read data. For example, username and password from the MS Excel file, and then we will use that data in the Selenium script. Okay, so Apache POI is a popular open source Java library provided by the Apache Software Foundation. It allows developer to create, modify and manipulate Microsoft Office document programmatically using Java. Okay, you can see the Apache POI. This API has kind of built-in. It contains Java libraries, right? So which internally has interface and the classes. So these are the interface: workbook, sheet, a row, a cell. So whatever file, right, Excel file you see, right, it could be either XLSX extension, or it will be old. Before 2003, it was using XLS extension. Okay, so for any file with XLX extension, we are going to use these classes. Okay, for the same interface we are going to use XSSF workbook, XSSF sheet, row and shell classes, and file with this extension. Okay, so if you want to read the data, any cell data, anything from these files, you are supposed to use these classes, okay, for the respective interfaces. Okay, so this library is basically the commonly used in Java application for the task such as reading data from the Excel spreadsheet, and as I said, and then generating Excel reports also. We can write the data, okay, or we can create the PowerPoint presentation dynamically. Okay, so with that we can, if we have some kind of a requirement, right, wherein we have to fetch the data from the Excel and use that in the Selenium script, we can use this Apache POI API or library. Okay, so let us go to the Eclipse and create a project, Maven project, and see what all dependencies are required, to be added to this particular Maven project in order to use the in order to read the data from the Excel file. So I'll give some name, Apache, let's say Apache POI test, and I'll give artifact ID and click on finish. So now let us see what all dependencies are available. So you have to search with Apache POI XML, that is for the Open Office XML. Okay, search, and then you will get this version 5.2.5. At the time of creating this video, okay, this is the latest library which I'm going to pick it up, and my project is created. So let us go to the pom.xml and add that dependency here in this. So just type dependencies, and whatever you have copied in the clipboard, just paste it over here. Okay, and one more dependency for the demonstration of this program. So we are going to use Selenium Java, okay, because we are going to read the data from the Excel file and then use that value in our Selenium. So we have to use this dependency also. So let us pick the latest 4.20.0. okay, so I have added and just save it, and you can see that all the dependencies are downloaded locally. Okay, so you can verify if POI has been added. See, POI library, Apache POI library has been added. Okay, so that Maven dependencies are added, actually downloaded from the ambient repository. Okay, so we are good here. Now what we have to do, we have to create one Excel file. Okay, so let me create one folder here, and I'll create a folder called Excel, and then inside let me go to the property and location, just I'll create one Excel file with the XLSX extension. Okay, XLSX extension. Okay, so I'll give a simple name, data.xlsx. okay, so here in this file, when I open it, I'm gonna give some field name which is username and password, okay, which I'm going to use, which I'm going to read. So so here let me show you, like this is the URL which we are going to use, okay, in this video. So I'll give the username like whatever is available here. So these are the valid credentials, right, to log into this site. Here the font doesn't matter, we are least bothered about. So but for now, like let me just use this. I can just give it like it has been changed, right? So let me use this. Okay, I will save it. It doesn't really, POI has nothing to do with the font size and style. Okay, so it is going to read the string whatever is available inside this. Okay, I can make it bold also, right? Okay, and let me just give some dummy also. Okay, so we are going to read this particular row. So we have 3 row and 2 column here. Okay, let me save this entry, and we are good with it. Let's go back to the Eclipse again, and our Excel is kind of ready. Let me refresh this, and you can see our data.xlsx file is available over here. So what I'll do here now, so I'll simply create one file, Java class, read Excel or Excel reader maybe. Okay, so whatever, so this is that reader, right? Okay, and I'll click on finish. Just give some kind of Excel. Okay, that's fine. And then what I'll do, I'll just add one main method over here, and then I can make some kind of static I can declare variables like static variable, which could be my driver class, and whatever interfaces you have seen over here and classes we are going to use, right? We can have then we can declare them, all those instance variable, right, which we are going to use in the program, in the class file. So let me go here and XSSF workbook, XSSF workbook. Okay, and this is the variable workbook, and then I'm gonna add public class, and then it should be declared above this method, which is why it was giving the error, and XSSF. Then we are going to give workbook and then sheet. Okay, and then we are going to use the driver, web driver. Okay, so and then we are going to use sheet, driver, and the project path also. So that could be string, project path, or file path, or whatever, right? So these are the variables which we are going to use, and then we're good, right? Let's go inside the main method, and either you can create a couple of methods, or you can uh, do your programming, or write your block of code, code here. Okay, so what I'll do, since I've declared project path, right? So what I'll do, I will simply get the project path using system.getProperty. Okay, and if I use user directory dir, it is gonna give me the current project name, so which is nothing but the Apache POI, okay, inside this workspace. So I'm gonna get this. You can use system.out.println also in order to see if that is actually giving you the project path or not. Okay, so let me just write like this. Okay, no worries. Let's move further and create the object of the workbook. Okay, so here workbook is there, that then we will create XSSF workbook, object of that particular class XSSF, because we are going to read that XSS as XLSX extension. Okay, we are going to read XLSX extension, so which is why we are using this class. So you have to provide that path, particular path to this particular data file, Excel file. Okay, so what you can do here, you can use the project path. Okay, and then you can use some file separator in order to use this particular a project or program inside Mac or Windows. So you have to use the file separator and then what you can do, you can give Excel. So this is that name. Then again you may need file separator, right? Separator, and then you have to give data.xslx. Okay, we are good. Now there is something. So it is suggesting, Eclipse is suggesting to add this particular statement inside the throw. Either you add throw declaration or surrounded by try catch. So I'm gonna add complete this thing inside the try, and then we can correct the indentation also. Control Alt, Control I. So we are good. I'll just okay. Let me maximize this. Okay, for better readability. So here what I'll do, I'll simply create since the object of the workbook has been created and we are reading this particular file basically. Okay, we are holding with this reference variable. Okay, so this is the reference variable, and then we are going to use sheet, and we are going to use this particular reference variable which is pointing to the object of XSSF workbook. So workbook dot, what we will do, we are going to read the sheet. Okay, so what could be the sheet name? So let us check. So sheet name is sheet 1. Okay, so it could be anything. So whatever is the name, you have to write it over here. Okay, so sheet 1, and then we have got this get sheet, and then what we will do, then we are going to count the number of rows given in this particular so there are 3 rows. Okay, so we have to get that row count basically. So we are going to get that row count now. So with the help of sheet reference variable sheet object, and there is a method called get physical number of rows. So it is going to give you the number of rows inside that sheet. Okay, so what we can do, we can write a So what we are going to do, we are going to read that username and password, whatever we have mentioned over here, and we know that this is the valid one and this is the invalid credentials. Okay, this is the valid username and password for the this particular site which we are going to use in our demo. Okay, and the second one is like a dummy, so the script is going to fail if we use that particular password. So we are going to execute this particular login twice. Okay, after reading the data, username and password from the Excel file. Okay, good. So now here what I'll do, I'll just use row count variable, because in teaser, so row count we have already given. So now row number should be, we are not going to read this username, right? So rather we are going to read from the row number 1. We know this is on the index, 0 and 0. This is like 0. Okay. So this we are not going to read. So this is 0 row and this is 1 and this is 2, row number 2. Okay, and then we are going to read this and this. Okay, so this is the cell 0 and okay, this is 1, okay, row 1 and cell 0, row 1 cell 1. Okay, so we'll give a row number. Okay, we'll start from 1 and then we will go till row number will go till row number less than a row count. Okay, so it is going to give 3. So we are going to execute or read 2 rows only, right? Or row count less than a row count. Okay, then row number plus plus, and inside this for loop what we will do, we will actually read the value which is there in the Excel. So we are going to hold those values or initialize this particular variable with that a name. So we are going to hold this, we are going to read those values inside username and the password. Okay, so for which what I'll do, I will use the object of sheet, object of sheet a reference variable of sheet object sheet dot get row and row number. That's fine. And then what I will do, I will then read get cell, and then I will use 0 because we are going to read username, whatever is given in the second first row, because the 0th row, which is row number 1, is nothing but the 0th row. It is reserved for this. We are actually mentioning the username and field name, right? So we are not going to use these. So cell 0, and then we are going to call get string cell value method. Okay, so this is that, and then I'll just copy paste this line and change it to cell 1, and I will change this variable to password. Okay, so this is going to read that password which is mentioned in the first row. In our case, this is the first row I'm mentioning. Okay, and this is going to be second. Okay, because we are starting from the 0th row. Okay, so admin 1 2 3, it will read admin and admin 1 2 3, and then after it reads this, so we are going to just we can print it if you want. So username, just give some space and just read password as well. We are going to read that, and then we will use these values. We will use these values in the driver. So for which I will actually instantiate the Chrome driver. Okay, so I've created the object of Chrome driver and give it to this web driver with the help of WebDriver interface. Okay, so I've created this object of Chrome driver, and now I will give some little bit timeout, implicit timeout. I'll give like, let's give it for maybe 10 second. Duration dot off second of seconds, like until it spend 10 second. It should not timed out. It should wait for any object to be visible, or it should wait for 10 second actually, in order to before it actually fails the execution. So now what I will do, I will open the URL which I have just mentioned when in the starting of this program, video. So we are going to use this particular URL orange. I will give this URL link in the description of this video. So open source demo orangehrmlive.com is the site which we are going to use, that, right? So now quickly we will we'll find the XPath of these particular fields. So let's use selector hub over here, and I'm gonna use XPath. So by dot XPath. Okay, you can use anything like XPath name, whatever is available. So by dot XPath, and you have to mention username, and then we are sending something, right? So what we'll send, we will send the username which we have read from the Excel username. Makes sense, right? Now I will actually call this again, and then I will change the XPath of this. So whatever we are getting, right, you can inspect and you can get, or you if you are in hurry, or like you don't want to spend right, how to fetch the XPath, how to read the XPath, how to construct the XPath, then you can probably use this a selector hub in order to make your life easy, right? Here you can identify using either the input name or the XPath also. Okay, let me choose name. Whatever works for you, whatever is able to uniquely identify this element on the web page. I can copy name, and then you have to change that because we are using name, right? We are not using the XPath in this case. So password, and the password I'm using the one which I have read from the Excel. Okay, so far so good, right? And now what I'll do, I'll submit that driver dot, let me copy, and this is going to be a click because we are going to log into this. Okay, let me just copy the XPath again, driver dot XPath, and this is going to be a click event. Okay, so because it is button, so we are going to click on this button. So what will happen, we can use some thread dot sleep also after, if we expecting, or there is implicit wait, so it should wait for that time before, and then after that okay, it has to be surrounded by the add throw. Okay, so we have to declare this interrupted exception if we are using thread dot sleep, and then we can quit the driver. Okay, so there are two things with it. What we are using here is like we are executing this particular test cases twice, right, based on like username and password which we are actually reading from the Excel file using the Apache POI. Okay, so if everything goes fine, and so we will be able to, what will happen over here, so we are reading the Excel file, okay, with the help of Apache POI classes, okay, XSSF workbook class is there. Then we are going to use the sheet, which is XSSF sheet. Okay, so we are reading this particular sheet. We can have multiple sheets also. Okay, we can create sheet 2, sheet 1. Okay, we can give those any name to that. So we make sure that the name is proper over here, like when we are using that sheet. Then we are actually getting the physical number of rows, and then we are reading from the second rows, like this is that second rows. Okay, but actually it is starting from 0th index, 0 1 2, so it is like that. So we are starting from here, so we are reading this particular value. So this is going to be row number 1. Okay, till 3. Okay, the count will be 3. Okay, so 1 2, so we are going to reiterate this particular for loop 2 times. Okay, so for the very first time it is going to read the 0th number 1, and then it will actually 1, this is going to be 1. Okay, first row, and then cell number 0, this is going to be cell number 0, and this is going to be cell number 1. Okay, so cell 0 contains admin, and cell 1 second for the password. Cell 1 contains admin 1 2 3. Okay, after we get these those two values, username, password, which is credentials for that particular site, we are going to read and print those, and then we are creating the instantiating the Chrome driver, and then we are opening this URL. Okay, where we are entering the username and password. Okay, so in order to enter the username and password, we have to get the XPath of those particular field, and whatever we have declared or initialized those variable with. So we are going to use these values. Okay, and we are entering username and password. Okay, for the very first loop. Okay, second time it will be incremented to 2. Okay, so we are going to get this. Those are 2 dummy and will not work. Okay, so site may throw the some kind of error message saying it is invalid credentials or whatever. Then we are clicking. Then we are quitting the driver. Again, since the driver initialization is happening inside the for loop, so it is going to open this particular URL again. So you can have this outside also. So if you don't want to access the URL again and again, so in that case you have to make sure that you are getting the you are going or navigating till logout in order to provide the username and password again. Okay, after you read them from the Excel using Apache POI. So let us run this program. I will minimize, and then I will run it. I hope this explanation is very clear to you, and let us see. Yeah, we are able to read the first thing, admin 1 2 3, and we are opening that open source demo orange live, and we have entered the username and password, and now we are quitting this. We have again read ABC, which we will enter into this particular site, and this site will throw invalid credentials, and our program is done, because in the second iteration we are quitting this. Okay, so this is how you can read the data from the Excel or from any Microsoft document using the Apache POI library. Okay, Java libraries. So that's it from this video. I hope you have liked the explanation and learned from this video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends, and also share the feedback in comment section. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, and thanks for watching.